Canon FD lenses have become really popular over the last couple of years simply because they are so cheap and they have a very cool cinematic or vintage aesthetic when you use them in cinematography and also photography. And with the use of an adapter, you can use them on a modern DSLR or mirrorless camera. So with gear nerds, and especially vintage gear nerds, and this really is not even limited to cameras as you see in any sort of vintage collection of any sort of product, is that people are interested to know when was something manufactured. Lucky for us, it's easy to find out when an FD lens was manufactured, and in some instances even where it was manufactured. So on the back of a Canon FD lens, on that little plate there, you'll see a small code, and it'll be a letter with 3 numbers on the older ones. I'll explain just now. And that letter refers to the year. So they said 1960 they started with this code protocol, and in the year 1960 they said, okay, year 1960 will be A, 1961 B, 1962 C, etc. So in the case of this lens, you'll see it has an R. And if you work according to that system, you'll see that that's 1977. And then the very first letter after that will give you the month of that year. So I know that this lens was manufactured May 1977. Now you might say, what about the other 2 numbers? Well, we don't know. It's probably some sort of internal product description or form of coding relating to the internal workings of the Canon company. So this 28mm lens has a code of T702. So the T suggests that it was made in 1979, and the 7 suggests that it was made in the month of July 1979. Here we have a 35mm, and we'll see the number at the back says V408. So we know that this was, according to that system, this will be 1981 April. Now if you think about it, if they start with the letter A in 1960, how did they get to 1995, 35 years later, if there's only 26 letters in the alphabet? Well, they invented a new format when they ran out of letters when they got to Z. Now the new format started in 1986, and apparently they ran with that format right up to the year 2011. So that's even beyond the FD range series, and it worked in this way. They added another letter in front of the A to the Z, and that would denote what factory it was in fact made in. So if you were to get a lens with the code UA233, for instance, the U would refer to the Utsunomiya factory, the A would refer to the year 1986 when they started from A again, and the 2 would refer to the month of February, and then again you have your 2 letters that is some sort of internal code. The 3 manufacturing plants that they would use, and that these you'd find in the codes, is U, F and O. So U is, Utsunomiya, F is Fukushima, and O would be Oita. So that is how you date a Canon FD lens. I'll see you in the next one.